In the 1950s, the U.S. government did a lot of experiments with psychotomimetic drugs. One of these experiments included feeding human test subjects measured quantities of LSD and then monitoring their ensuing behavior. In one particular experiment, Oscar Janiger, a University of California Irvine psychiatrist known for his work on acid, gave an artist an activity box full of crayons and asked him to drawing his experiences on LSD. And as you can see from these 9 illuminating images, the results are just as trippy as you'd expect. Things start out normally enough, but it doesn't take long before the artist's perception of reality starts to warp, and his drawings capture in fascinating detail the various stages of his hallucinogenic journey, from the beginning of his trip right through to his come-down. See for yourself, and please, don't try this at home. Let's join this journey together. 20 minutes after the first dose.
Patient chooses to start drawing with charcoal. Condition normal, no effect from the drug yet.
And the painter draws his first picture quite normally. 1 hour, 25 minutes after first dose and second dose has been administered.
The patient seems euphoric.
I can see you clearly, so clearly. This, you, and it's all. I'm having a little trouble controlling this pencil. It seems to want to keep going.
2 hours and 30 minutes after first dose.
Patient appears very focused on the business of drawing.
Outlines seem normal but very vivid. Everything is changing color. My hand must follow the bold sweep of the lines. I feel as if my consciousness is situated in the part of my body that's now active. My hand and my elbow and my tongue.
2 hours and 32 minutes after first dose.
Patient seems gripped by his pad of paper.
I'm trying another drawing. The outlines of the model are normal, but now those of my drawing are not. The outline of my hand is going weird too. It's not a very good drawing, is it? I give up. I'll try again.
2 hours and 35 minutes after first dose.
Patient follows quickly with another drawing.
I'll do a drawing in one flourish without stopping. One line, no break.
Upon completing the drawing, the patient starts laughing, then becomes startled by something on the floor.
2 hours and 45 minutes after first dose.
Patient tries to climb into activity box and is generally agitated, responds slowly to the suggestion. He might like to draw some more. He has become largely nonverbal.
I am. Everything is changed. They're calling. Your face. Interwoven. Who is?
Patient mumbles inaudibly to a tune. Sounds like, thanks for the memory. He changes medium to tempera.
4 hours and 25 minutes after first dose.
Patient retreated to the bunk, spending approximately 2 hours lying, waving his hands in the air. His return to the activity box is sudden and deliberate, changing media to pen and watercolor.
This will be the best drawing, like the first one, only better. If I'm not careful, I'll lose control of my movements. But I won't, because I know. I know.
This saying is then repeated many times. Patient makes the last half a dozen strokes of the drawing while running back and forth across the room.
5 hours and 45 minutes after first dose.
Patient continues to move about the room, intersecting the space in complex variations. It's an hour and a half before he settles down to draw again. He appears over the effects of the drug.
I can feel my knees again. I think it's starting to wear off. This is a pretty good drawing. This pencil is mighty hard to hold.
He is holding a crayon.
8 hours after first dose.
Patient sits on bunk bed. He reports the intoxication has worn off except for the occasional distorting of our faces. We ask for a final drawing which he performs with little enthusiasm.
I have nothing to say about this last drawing. It is bad and uninteresting. I want to go home now.
Let's learn more about LSD. LSD, also known as acid, is a psychedelic drug famous for altering your perception and creating hallucinations. But how does it actually works? And what is the effect on your body and, more importantly, your brain? Lysergic acid diethylamide was first synthesized in 1938 from the fungus that grew on rye. In 1943, the inventor Albert Hoffman accidentally touched some to his mouth, got high, and became the first person in the world to learn about psychedelic properties of LSD. Research on the drug took place in the 50s and 60s, but as recreational use began to spread, psychedelic drugs were made an illegal Schedule I drug in the U.S., and research programs were halted. While other drugs are dosed in grams, a single dose of LSD is measured in 1/100,000th of a gram, which is 1/10 the mass of a grain of sand. LSD affects multiple brain receptors, such as the dopamine receptors, adrenergic receptors, and glutamate receptors. But most research is on the stimulatory serotonin receptor. LSD hits the receptor at an unexpected angle, causing it to fold over the LSD, creating a lid. The LSD is then trapped, which makes this receptor continually fire, causing you to hallucinate. In 1943, Hoffman tested the physiological and psychological effects of LSD on himself, and wrote his observations in his book, My Problem Child. On Monday, April 19, 1943, at 4 p.m., I drank the tasteless, bland liquid of lysergic acid diethylamide tartrate containing 0.5% 0.25 milligrams of LSD per cubic centimeter. Dizziness, anxiety, and restlessness started at 5 p.m. My vision is impaired. My thoughts are scattered. I want to laugh. I make a great effort to speak meaningfully. My field of vision is as if in front of me. The shape of things is changing. I see my surroundings as extraordinary as in amusement parks. After a while, all of that passed. I remember all this, the dizziness, the visual disturbances, the strangely ridiculous and vulgar shapes of the surrounding objects. Colored faces appeared. There was a certain uneasiness. I feel the weight of my head, feet, and whole body intermittently, as if it were filled with metal. There are cramps in the feet. There is coldness in the hands and a feeling as if they are melting away. A dry taste in my mouth, tightness in the throat, fear and anxiety, confusion in consciousness. Meanwhile, a confusion arising from the difficulty of distinguishing between the conditions you are in and reality. 6 hours after taking LSD, I was back to my old self. However, minor visual disturbances remained. Everything shakes. The sizes of things change. It's like I'm watching their reflection in the rippling water. Moreover, all items acquire unpleasant appearances. Colors are constantly changing. Green and blue colors take precedence. When I close my eyes, I see fantastic, unreal forms. A striking point is that all sounds are reflected in my eyes and turn into various forms. Every sound, color turns into a hallucination. These are constantly changing in color and shade. 8 to 10 hours after taking the LSD, he fell into a heavy sleep. The next day, I woke up a little tired.